Oh, it's finally springtime, which means it's all systems go with sowing seeds. Now, I wanted to share a video with you guys showing you all the weird and wonderful seeds that I'm sowing this spring. And if you guys like to see what I'm sowing, we'll keep this as a running thing, that I just keep you in the loop with what I'm growing. I've got my lovely mum helping me today sow some very interesting seeds that you probably won't believe that I could grow here in Wales. So let's get into it. Oh mum, it's amazing that you've just done this deep tray because I've got the perfect seeds to go in there. These seeds need a particular deep tray to plant their root into. These seeds are 1,500 years old.
Variety, you mean?
What does that mean?
The variety is 1,500.
Yeah, these beans are 1,500 years old.
Yeah, the variety is.
This variety is 1,500 years old. These are called These beans are called beans. 15-year-old cave. Are they actually? Maybe they're not 1,500, they're just called 1,500-year-old cave beans. They're an ancient southwestern bean variety, and they were recovered from an archaeological site. They're productive. Damn, I knew it was a bad mistake of my mum here, and correct me constantly, but no, it's good. And they're vigorous apparently, but I actually bought these beans because of the look of them. They're absolutely stunning.
They do look nice. Very colourful.
Archaeological.
Yeah.
So these beans are so easy to sow. Just literally, you just make a little hole like you're doing there and just put the beans in about 2 to 3 centimetres deep into the soil. All right, ma'am, that's the last seed in. The magic beans are sowed, so we just got to get some soil on top of these, okay. And then we'll label them up and give it a good old water. Just a little water. That's perfect. Obviously, we could just put these seeds directly in the ground, really, but it's a bit cold at the moment for that. So I'm getting a head start by sowing them in these trays in the greenhouse. And the other good thing about sowing them in trays is that you have full control over them. No pests are going to dig them out of the ground or eat the little seedlings. So I'm a big fan of sowing into these trays. Now, guys, I have to be honest with you. When I first started growing food, I just went to a local shop and bought some little modular trays. Here's an example of one that I bought only 2 years ago, and it is terrible. It's breaking, cracking, and falling apart. What I didn't discover at that time is that I could buy trays that will last me forever and ever. This isn't an advert. This is just me telling you how good these container-wise trays are. I could literally stand on this, it's that strong, and they'll last me forever. So it's not going to be a waste of plastic, terrible for the environment, and I'm going to get a lifetime of use out of these. And what's amazing about it is they make these perfect ones for beans like so, or they do little ones, miniature ones that don't take much compost, so you're using less compost, and as soon as the sort of root ball is taken over that small amount of compost, it's ready to be planted outside. And this one is actually designed by my friend Charles Dowding. They also have trays designed by my friend Hugh Richards as well, who's another amazing gardener. So please check out Containerwise. If you're starting your new garden, I'll pop links below, and I'll be sowing most of my seeds in Containerwise trays this season, apart from the seeds that I sow outside. All right, so the next weird and wonderful seeds we are sowing today is maybe not that weird to some people. It's beetroot, but this variety dates back to pre-Roman gardens, which is very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is a white albino beetroot, it's called. I didn't name it that, that's what they called it. I actually sowed these seeds a few weeks ago, and there's a whole video that I'll pop up by here that you can see of how to grow beetroots and 3 incredible recipes like beetroot ice cream and beetroot curry. And those seeds that I sowed only a few weeks ago have created a beautiful root ball, and they're ready to be planted out into the ground. So let's do that now. This is being described as a slightly pointy, sweet white beetroot with tall green leaves. And of course you can eat the greens from the beets. So I'm really intrigued to see what this looks and tastes like. And they got pink roots, which is very exciting. All right, you won't believe what we're sowing next. Have you ever seen a corn that is turquoise? Look at that. Now this is another ancient seed. So now all the seeds that we're sowing today are non-GMO. They're heirloom seeds, which is basically where you can track back to exactly where that seed has come from. And this corn, I'm hoping, is going to be a beautiful decorative corn that is tasty too. And it dates back to the hoppy people of the southwest in the United States now. But they're going to hopefully produce 6 to 12 inch long corns, and there should be about 4 to 5 on each stalk, which is quite a lot. And if they all look like that, it's going to be pretty impressive. So we're going to sow 2 corn seeds in each module, about 2 to 3 centimeters beneath the soil. Corn like to grow in big blocks, so I need to make sure that I've got enough corn plants to grow together in harmony. Now with corn, sometimes little pests or rodents come and dig it up, so you either want to put it on a high shelf in your greenhouse, or because it's still a little bit early, I may take this inside my house just to give it that extra warmth to germinate and that protection from any mouse that wants to eat my little corn seeds. There's plenty of other food for them, so I think we'll take that inside once we labelled it up and given it a little water.
Okay.
That's a good water. Let's take those inside. In a few months' time, we're going to have beautiful squashes growing over the top of our heads here.
So you're going to have flowers.
And actually that would be the next point to sort of introduce the next weird and wonderful seed. What I'm actually going to try and grow here is this crook neck bent summer squash. Sounds strange, but it looks strange too. It's a knobbly yellow young squash, and it's picked early and used like a young courgette. So I think they're going to love climbing up this. So we'll have a go at doing that. And that's my 4th weird and wonderful seed that will eventually be here. And behind us in a few weeks' time, there will be tons of beautiful flowers growing, lilies and everything, because I planted some bulbs recently. But we're going to go over here now to this bed and plant directly into the soil some weird and wonderful peas. All right, I know I said weird and wonderful seeds, and peas aren't usually that weird, but this seed actually I think is very meaningful. This is the Lanover pea. And these were a gift from my friend Adam Jones, an amazing gardener. He gave me these and he said I must grow them and not eat them, but just keep harvesting the seed and drying them to keep replanting year after year to keep this seed alive. So the story of the Lanover pea is one of love shining strong through the harshest of times. It's a story of love during World War II. A prisoner of war from Germany fell in love with the servant of a main house where he'd been kept, and upon his return back to Germany he gathered these seeds and then came to Wales to settle down with the lady he fell in love with, and he brought these seeds with him. Since then they've become the Lanover pea, and now we're trying to keep these seeds going for that beautiful story of love. Oh Mother, it's so nice having you in the garden sowing the seeds with me, because this is the time where you need to invest the effort into sowing these seeds so that we got beautiful food. And the next weird seeds that we're sowing, we're actually going to go back up to the greenhouse and sow them exactly the same as we did the other seeds in those amazing container-wise trays, as it's so much more controlled. But the first one we're going to do is a loofah.
I thought they were from the sea.
No, this is actually a fruit, believe it or not, that you can turn into a sponge, and you can use it on your dishes or on your back or your body or wherever. And this is me trying to be as self-sufficient and zero waste as possible. If I can grow my own bath sponge, then I've done a good job. I've seen Charles Dowding grow them in his greenhouse, and he only has one plant and he always gets some loofahs, so fingers crossed we get them. So that's what we're going to do. We've also got soybeans.
Okay.
Now obviously we're both plant-based and we need our protein, and soybeans are a great source of protein. Plant-based protein is just a bean. People forget that. These are organic Gaia soybeans. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's what it says. Right. And these are another heirloom emerald green and black seeds. So I did try growing a few last year and they were okay, but I didn't grow enough. So this year we're going to really sow these heavy. So hopefully we get some soybeans.
Okay.
And then of course, chilies. Last year we made the most amazing fermented hot sauce with some of the chilies I grew, but this year I'm taking it to new levels. I sowed these chili seeds a few weeks ago inside on a heat mat, just to give them an extra boost.
Right.
And these are actually rainbow chilies. These chilies are gonna have different colors, literally purples, reds, yellows, in one plant.
Right.
It's going to be amazing, I hope. And it's promising because my plants are about 4 to 5 inches tall already, and you can actually see almost a purple tinge to the leaves. So they look healthy, and that's another weird and wonderful seed I'm trying to grow this year. Now the final seed that we're going to sow is not that exciting, but I think one thing that I want to do each year is try and grow something new that I haven't done before. So rather than just sowing the same old radish seeds, this year I've got some purple radish seeds. Radishes are the easiest thing to grow ever. I'm sure there's a video of us showing you how to grow them and making delicious things with radishes. But what we're going to do after we've sown the seeds in the greenhouse is come back outside and just sow my radish seeds directly into a bed, and in 3 to 4 weeks we'll be harvesting some beautiful purple radishes this time. I'm looking forward to trying them and seeing how beautiful they look. I may even mix in a few of the pink ones too to have a nice variety. All right, Mother, you got the radish seeds there.
Yeah.
Those purple radishes. I've never grown them before. I can't even say them. Radishes.
They plum, it says.
They're,
Plum
they,
radishes.
yeah, they're called plum radishes, which means they should have a nice colour. So what you can see, I've done a load of drills, loads of lines in the soil, and we're just going to sprinkle them like we're sprinkling salt and pepper on our food. But just want to try and keep them a little bit spaced out so we don't have to thin them out too much. All right, so we're just going to cover over these seeds now with the compost. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is a new kind of video, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop with what exactly I'm growing and show you at every stage. And I think these are some weird seeds. If they work, what a success. If some of them do and some of them don't, it's fine. It's just trial and error, and we learn as we go. And that's the beauty for growing for me. Did you have fun sowing seeds, Mum?
Great.
Thank you so much for your help. All right, guys, I shall see you soon. Like, sharing, comment, and all that good stuff. Right, Mum, we're going to wave to the camera with the end credits. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon. Keep going. Sorry, it's a long outro. Yeah. 5, 4. Smile. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you keep going. No, sorry. Sorry.
No, I'm not. Cheeky burger.